What's going on, guys and gals? Bonafide Hustler here, and coming to you with another video, another garage sale haul. I love doing these on Mondays because I got to get this stuff out of here. So welcome to my channel. You can subscribe to it, whatever. If you found this later, that's great. First link down below if you want to learn other things to flip would be to check out this guide. Very, very important. But we'll get right to the haul. Now, what you're seeing here on this haul is going to be the stuff that I walked away with, right? Because my brother's stuff is at his house already and everything like that. So you can look at this and think like, okay, there's more, right? I would say my brother walked with about maybe 15 items or something like that, 20 items. I'm going to show you about 10 to 12 today. And yeah, a lot of fun. If you're in the green room though, I did post a picture of like the entire haul, like laid out. And then I divvied it up with my brother. So the first thing that I popped on this weekend, it was an awesome weekend. The very first neighborhood-wide garage sale like that I saw like was there, and I went to it, and there was like 30 plus houses having garage sales. So it was really easy to make money. So if you guys follow my channel, you know what I do on a part-time basis. I'm flipping stuff from garage sales and thrift stores and pawn shops and big box stores, and I put it on places like eBay, Amazon, my antique booth, and consignment stores in town. And I put things on Craigslist as well. So welcome to my show. And I will shout out some people. We have Bargain Barons here. We have Mike Raleigh, Keeping Deals, Texas Gal Treasures. What's up, Margaret? Crafty Celerita, Halloween Props and Costumes, and Tom Sawyer so far in the feed. I'll go to the first kind of thing. Now, I did a lot of bundling, and that's one of those tactics that you guys absolutely should be doing when you're out in the field. Bundling is like, if you see a lot of things at a sale that you want to buy, don't just be like agreeing on a price on something and then putting it in a pile, and a price on something else, putting it in a pile. Just say, when you come to the garage sale, just be like, oh my God, I see a lot of things that I do want to buy from your garage sale. Do you mind if I put a pile over here somewhere, and we'll just make a deal at the end? And they will always say yes. I have never had a person say no to that. So I bought some things from this one garage sale, and this is in no particular order. I wish I could remember what I bought first, but I can't. There's just a fair amount of things here. So one of the first things that I was doing while eMoney was making a deal, I was like at a table, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just look up this Dream Machine. So this is a Sony Dream Machine, which is typically an AM/FM. Usually never with a cassette. Some of them have CD players on top. This one does, and essentially it is an alarm clock. You know, it's an alarm clock, AM/FM radio plus CD player. Now you'd be surprised. This Dream Machine right here had a really low rank, and all you have to do is, these are really good for Amazon. So you would type in the ICF, like CD837 is what this one is, and looks pretty good, great condition. I like to make sure that when I buy them, I don't buy them with any kind of dings on the speaker screen right here, right? But outside of that, it's pretty good. You'll see usually two wires coming out the back. One's a little antenna, and then the other one is just a cord. You kind of want to make sure that if one of these, some of them every now and then came with remote controls, and if it comes with a remote control, you need to know. And one of the ways you can kind of tell if it comes with a remote control, there'll be like an IR sensor, like an infrared sensor in the front somewhere. This one does not have it, so I know there's no remote control. Yeah, but this one right here is going to probably yield somewhere in the vicinity of like 30 and 40 bucks. And it was a really easy thing to scope out. It was like, you know, I think I bought this thing for like $2 or $3. Like, it was just nothing. So, and it has really low rank, which is cool too. So the rank was somewhere around like the 5,000 or something like that rank. And so that was pretty good. So definitely look out for these things right here. When you're at garage sales, you definitely want to, if you're ungated in these kind of things, you definitely want to be looking at DVDs, like Blu-rays that are sealed. This Blu-ray is like, what, I think $12 or something like that, and they sold it to me for like 25 cents, Highlander Blu-ray. We have this one right here, Road to Austin. It's a Blu-ray combo pack. It's got a bunch of people that sing local Austin music stuff. Anyway, who cares? It has a barcode on the back. I scanned it. It was like $26 FBA with decent rank. So I was like, all right, got into that. That was like $1. So I had to do that. I think for $2, I kind of was curious to see what was in this Case Logic bag right here. What do you guys think is in here real quick? Before I even show you guys, what do you think is in this Case Logic bag? I wonder if someone's going to guess it. It's kind of technical, like not technical, but I don't think you're going to, what you think it might be is definitely not it. Like, it's something else. So what do you guys think real quick? We have people in the comment feed. I see the RC car in the background, the FJ for the win. Yeah, there's a story behind that. I actually did not find it, but I got hooked up by a loyal friend. So yeah, Eagle Eyes Nation. Shout out to Eagle Eyes Nation. Hooked me up with that thing, so that was pretty cool. Aaron Kluge says there's some edibles in here. No, I wish there were some edibles in here. No, there's no edibles in here. Camera, no. digital SLR camera. It's about this big, so I don't think an SLR really could fit in there. A GPS, pretty good guess. Canon Rebel, a lens. Oh, and by the way, that was one of the best things too. While someone said lens, let me just tell you guys really quickly. We spent $75, my brother and I, on 2 Tamron lenses. Okay, they're if you don't know what a lens is, like it can be referred to as a thing inside the camera, but a lot of time SLR have detachable lenses, and these can be like 18 to 35, 18 to 55, like zoom lenses to 300. We found 2. One was a wide angle, and one was like just a normal kind of lens. They were both made by Tamron, which is really, really good. We took those immediately to the camera exchange that day. Okay, so like hours later, we went to a camera exchange. We surrendered them because they said, yeah, if these test out, we're going to be able to offer you guys like $225 in cash for them. We spent $75 for it, so we took the deal. We could have individually sold them on Amazon, yeah, for about $250, maybe $280 a piece, maybe. But then you deal with returns, could be broken. We brought it to a professional camera exchange that is going to test it on the spot, and today we get the check. So that's a good quick flip, and it absolves us of any returns or anything like that, which is important. So I'm not telling you guys to take that type of a flip, but we took it because it was just kind of a no-brainer. Dude, there's like no light in this room. Anyway, all right, that must be much better. And check out the Cheddar Weather shirt. Guys, if you like these videos, and if you're down with garage sailing, down with thrifting, and you just love it, and you know what Cheddar Weather means, this is the official Bonafide Hustler Cheddar Weather shirt right here. This is it. Look at that. 80s style, created by Glenn of Hustler Hacks. But yeah, this is an awesome shirt. It's available down below in the official Bonafide Hustler merchandise store. You can get yourself one. I think it's so much fun. I love this shirt. So anyway, this is a large, right? I'm kind of a big dude, but like, you don't want to put this on high cycle and drying cycle or whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to shrink this thing. Like, it fits pretty good, but think about it. Pretty cool. Down below, and there's some other shirts down there too. It's not just this one, but I'm wearing this one on the video. So, all right. So what is in this pack, real quick? We have this, which is nothing. We have this. All right. Who knows what this is? Who knows why I popped on this thing right here? Check it out. Who knows why? Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it. It's so obvious. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Everyone should know this. I'm flashing it on the camera. You should know this. This is pretty easy. Why would I buy this? Why would I buy this for like $1 or $2? And untested status too. Yes, it's a mini disc player. All right, there we go. So yeah, it's a mini disc player. So anytime you find mini disc players, this is a sharp one. Like, okay, it's probably not the best kind, but Sony ones are awesome. Especially if they come complete. And typically people that sell mini disc players, let me first explain what a mini disc is. First of all, a mini disc is exactly what it kind of sounds. It's a mini disc, and it goes into one of these sleeves. In fact, I have one right here. Let me take my test disc is here somewhere. I will show it to you guys. So I'm going to be off camera for like 1 second. And then let me get into my testing drawer and then pull out a mini disc. Okay, so mini discs look like this. They come in, this is like, you can think of this as like the cassette tape protector box, right? You know, when you put a tape back where it belongs, it comes in a little protector case. That's what this is. But inside this is a mini disc, okay? This is what it looks like. And it can record 74 minutes and sometimes 80, you know, whatever you have. A lot of times it'll be colored, right? But this is what a mini disc looks like. Looks like that. And it's a disc that you don't remove out of this. You take this and you put it into the unit, which I don't know how this one opens, but I guess it's this way. You would take this, you open it like that, and then wherever the mechanism is that opens the disc, which I think it's this way, you would throw it in. Or it's the other way, never mind. Sometimes they're kind of hard to like figure out which way they go in. But anyways, once I figure out which way this one goes, essentially it goes in just like this. So you don't take the disc out, you can't take the disc out, you slide it in like that. Once it goes into the mechanism, the mechanism pulls this thing, or it's one of these things, like, anyway, it unlocks it, and then it can read the disc. So there's a little protective sleeve right here that once it's in where it goes, this thing slides over, and the thing can start reading the disc. And then when you're done with it, you put it back in the little case like that. It's a technology that really never took off, but it's a way of getting like CD type quality into a much smaller, kind of more concise way. Like a Discman is like twice the size of this. This is small. So look out for mini disc players, and trust me, when you have them and you found one, you know, get in cheap. Make sure you have. So a lot of times they come with charge ports, like that you can listen to it in the wall, like you can wall power kind of thing. So that's The Sony ones at least do come with it. I don't know if this one does, but most of the Sony ones have it. So if you find one with a manual, with the charge cord, it's not even a charge cord, it's just a power cord for the wall. A lot of times they're going to run off of 1 or 2 AA batteries. And yeah, just trust me, like throw that thing right up on eBay. I think, not eBay, but FBA. I have one on FBA right now, and it's like really awesome. So I think it's a sports one too, which is even better. So Minidisc Player, you know, this is a sharp one. I think on eBay, I'll probably, since I can't find the FBA listing of this thing, I think on eBay, this is going to be somewhere in the vicinity of like 40 and like maybe $60, something like that. So go check that thing out. Yeah, it just never took off. So, but Minidisc stuff is cool. In fact, here's some other stuff that was in the pouch. So here's the wall cord, see? No headphones, but it's just generic. This one says Sharp AC adapter, so we know that that one goes to this. And that should adapt somewhere in here, but I don't know where this one will go in. It usually, oh, here it is. Okay, so like, you know, the back of it right there, we have the, now you can listen to it with wall power. Cool, huh? So when I make my FBA listing or my eBay listing, I would basically put it's the MD SR60. I would test it real quick. Of course, I have the disc. Anytime you come across mini discs, you want to keep one, okay? Always keep something of every media type to test. And then, yeah, you just, you know, a couple scratches in the front. You test it with headphones as well. Make sure it skips forward, it can fast forward, all that kind of stuff, and you should be good to go. So, yeah, if I could find the FBA listing to this thing, I guarantee this thing's probably in the 80 to 100 more category right here. So that was something I was willing to test. I mean, to surrender some money to. You know, even if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. It's just that's how my mind thinks. All right, what's next? Since I'm trying to do a little bit more FBA progressively, you know, not a lot more, like I'm always looking at more FBA type stuff. We got a book set right here, Essentials of Woodworking. When I go to a garage sale, you know, you just take out your phone, go to your Amazon seller app, which I'm gonna do right now. And I forgot what I'm gonna make on this thing, but somewhere around 26, I think. So get into your scanner, find the barcode, which is back here. All right, so hold on. I think I got the wrong code. So get the UPC, the right one. We have Essentials of Woodworking right here, pulls up on the phone like that. And then I'm gonna click that listing. It should say package quantity 6. So we have 6 books in here. Yep, we do. It's 1.7 million in books, which isn't that bad really. Like it's probably less than 6 months it'll sell. It's got a 5-star rating. Used, it's yielding, it was 27 like this weekend, so it's yielding 22.56. I got into this for like $1. So I'll take that all day. I'm cleared to sell it in used condition too. So when you're dealing with FBA, you're gonna have to, like, your eyes have to look at a couple parts of the screen. So you definitely want to look at the rank, you want to look at the ratings, and you definitely want to look and make sure that you are tuned to either new or used, depending on what the condition of what you have in your hand. If that thing was sealed, I would be clearly pressing the new button, and new, it would yield me about 24.68. So it's got a pretty good market in the used category. Like it's yielding $22, and that's good. There's only one FBA offer, and that FBA offer is at $37.25. So yeah, $22 is what I'll make 21 on that deal. Pretty good. So that's another thing I found. Let me go into the feed real quick. Saying I've never come across a mini disc. Hey, from Kansas. This thing predates the iPod, the mini disc. Yeah, this thing is way back in the day. All right, so if you're enjoying the video, you know, make sure you hit a thumbs up. A lot of people ask me, like, you know, I always love your channel, like I want to support it, whatever. So you can support it in so many different ways. I'll tell you some of the funnier ways that people have supported it, but one of the obvious ways that you can support it is to hit the like button. One of the other ways you can support it is to you know, engage with it, like make a comment here and there, even when it's not live. That's pretty cool. Another way you can to support the channel is just really easy. You can take a look at all the stuff down below, and there are links to random stuff. We got shirts like this, which are awesome. If you don't know what cheddar weather means, just trust me, we are literally on the cusp of the most amazing cheddar weather season of all time, which is neighborhood-wide garage sale season. So, you know, you got to go out. I wouldn't even say it's a sacrifice, guys. Like, you can stand to make some really good money if you've got garage sale opportunity on a Saturday or Sunday in your town, even a Friday. So don't skip out, don't sleep in, be prepared. I mean, treat it like, I mean, people that have very, very low living costs, right? Or how do I say it, fixed costs in their life, like, and you live in a good garage selling town, you could just probably just do garage sales and you could live. Like, that's how easy it is to do, and you can make a good amount of money doing it. So I'm trying to teach you guys through this videos, like what I buy, like how my eye works. And I don't just like to show you like, hey, look, it's a clock radio. Okay, next one. I like to teach you guys about like why I pull the trigger on certain things, like how I test certain things, like what makes something so desirable. Like if you just know mini disc, like that's great, but then when you come across it, you might not know anything about it. Like the purpose of when you come to my channel is for me to teach you guys something. So it's something tangible that, you know, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, but if you just give him a fish, you feed him for like the day, right? Is that what it's called? Something like that. It's a pretty good statement though. It's pretty accurate. All right. In no particular order, I went to a garage sale. This was $1. Would you have bought this for $1? Like, what do you think? I think it's stupid. I think it's cool, and I think it belongs in my booth. But check this out, man. We started the day. This is the first find I found back on Saturday, which Cheddar Vision. Look at this, 1080p. What is this? Are we going widescreen today or what? Hey guys, you want to come over and watch Transformers on my house? Look at this thing. Yeah, it's a Fisher Price. Hold on. Love that song. So yeah, pretty interesting, right? There's $1. What do you guys think I could sell this for in my booth? I was thinking like 20 bucks or more. So pretty neat, right? What's up, Knight? Good to see you. I thought this was awesome, man. Hey, man, I should just hang this up on a wall and like as a prank, like tell everyone like come watch the game at my house and then put this up on the wall and just like have it going and see how irritated people get. Anyways, so I thought it was pretty cool. $1, right? I was thinking like 20 all day in my booth, meaning my booth's on a 40% off sale right now. So I'd probably have to put it somewhere around like 34 or so to get 20. But you can see how my mind's thinking right there. Pretty cool. I like it. Yeah. Who needs a TV when you just buy a $1 TV from a garage sale and you just watch this? Who needs cable when you have a Fisher Price TV set, man? I think this was another $1. These are bundle stuff, so like when it comes down to what I paid each, like who knows? It's probably $1 right here. These are just Cowboy Boots, unknown brand. Who cares? Like they got to go up on my boot wall. I'll probably get about 27 to. Actually, these don't have any. They got some like cuts and stuff right here. Okay, probably like 26, 27-ish. That's what I'm thinking for those boots in my booth, which is awesome. And I'm like frantically checking every single day to see if my elk antlers sold in my booth, which if you looked at the last Monday's video, I show elk antlers from my trip in Colorado. I brought some back in my Hustler spaceship, and I'm waiting patiently for these things to sell, man. I know if I was in Colorado and I had a antique booth, I could probably be gone by now, but like it's in Austin and you got to find the right buyer, but I'm not budging on the price. So I took a lot of people's advice. Like I was thinking like 200 would be max, but a lot of people in the feed were like, yeah, it's probably 200 or more. So I think I listed it for like 340 and my store is 40% off sale. So do the math. I'll probably walk with about 200 on those elk antlers. These were, I think 3, right? Who knows what these are? Pretty neat. Everyone should know what this is. These are not theoretically carafes, but they're like whiskey decanters, I want to say is what they are, or decanters for really any kind of liquid, but most people associate this with whiskey, Mad Men kind of stuff. Pretty nice, not crystal though, just normal glass. Yeah, and if they were like something of real value, you would see a lot more, it would be a lot more ornate typically, and you could like look up exactly what it is because there would be something on the bottom telling you like what kind of crystal it was or whatever, or who's the manufacturer. So yeah, it's a hookah base. No, this is definitely a decanter. I'm thinking like 20 each on these guys in my booth. I paid like 3 for both, so pretty neat. I think I paid 3 for both. I mean, it was like 6 for both. I don't know, but either way, really good deal right there. It's definitely cheddar weather popping all day, all day. This was sold to me for, there's actually something in this. Ooh, it's kind of disgusting. What? No, I'm serious. This is not even like orchestrated. There's something in here. I have to take a look. Maybe I can pull the top. Okay. I don't know what's in here. But I bought this for like $2, right? It's just a camel vulcanizing patches kind of container. There's something in it. Oh, cool. I just opened it for the first time just now. I don't know what I'm about to find. Oh, it does look like, what in the hell is this stuff? Ew. I don't know if that's what a vulcanizing patch is supposed to look like. I don't think that's what it's supposed to look like. I don't even know what a vulcanizing patch is. Okay, there's some weird stuff in here. It almost looks like hookah pieces, but there's some weird stuff in here. Ew, I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know what that is. Look, is this a vulcanizing patch? I have no idea. Could be joints. I don't know. You know, it's not joints. It's something. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, I'm seeing like rubber washers and like pieces of what looks to be like a hookah thing, but I don't know. Dude, there's some really weird stuff in here. Hold on. What the hell is this thing in the back? What is this? Oh, it's a lock. A piece of a lock. Okay. So nothing of real crazy value here. But the box itself, I can sell in my booth for about I would think 16 to 20 bucks. This is kind of cool. I found this in there. Trinitron. Bam. Sony Trinitron vintage like little plaque thing. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that actually. I might glue this thing all together and put it on my keychain. I kind of like that. That's pretty neat. Who thinks this is dope? Am I the only person that thinks this is cool? Come on. I'm keeping that out. I'm probably gonna do something with that. Why do I think that's cool? I don't know. Okay, so that's in there. In fact, let me just pour all that out, right? Because there's no sense in putting that in the booth. It's just a random like fittings and weird stuff. Sorry, guys. Let me just get this cleaned out right here on the show. Clearly unprepared. Okay, cool. Good thing there was just no insects in there. All right, so that right there, 16 to 20-ish right here. So it's selling my booth pretty quickly. All right, so my booth stuff needs to go in this one corner because I'm about to like tag it all up after the show. Actually, it goes all here. Sorry. All right, this is interesting. It doesn't work, okay? But it's definitely interesting. If you're not popping on stuff like this on the cheap, like I bought this thing for, I think it was like $4 or something like that, maybe $5. All I know is it was 10, and he was like, yeah, 7, how about that? And I was like, cool, let's plug it in, and it didn't work. And he was like, all right, how about, you know, and whatever, I paid for it because it was a part of a bundle as well. But this is a General Electric, what I believe to be a bakelite housing, okay? Just clock radio thing, which is really mega cool. So yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting. I don't know what to ask for this, but I'm somewhere in the vicinity of 50 or to 100 bucks. I know that much. I could put it in my booth as in like not working. My booth is probably the perfect place for this thing. But then again, I don't know. So if someone is right there right now on eBay and wants to look at a General Electric, don't know what there's, you know, this is back in the day when really weren't models per se. It was just like the look of what you wanted. It looks like it has been opened before. Some of the screws are missing, but yeah, we have tubes and everything in there. This is straight up old amplifier technology right here. So what do you guys think? I thought it was, oh, run it under hot water. Cool. Okay. So I thought I have some semi-chrome, so I could just do that too. So someone says 25 in the booth as is. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can, you know, maybe I could do that. I'm thinking my booth, I see these in so many people's booths down there. And every time I like flip the tag to take a look at them, I don't see a single one like less than like what, $77 or something like that. So, and some of them look really cool. So thought it was pretty neat. Definitely picked it up, had to. Usually when I go to garage sales, these things are like massively overpriced and people usually know what they got. But this person was just like, get it out of my house. I was like, all right, I'll do that. At the same garage sale, I got the Minidisc Player. I bought this, which is an SLV. Who cares what it really is? Basically a DVD VCR, right? It's got all the cables, had the remote. That's what really turned me on to it, because if I didn't see cables remote, like I probably would be like, I don't want to mess with it. But yeah, I found all this. You know, I got DVDs at home. I got one VHS tape here to my name, so I can test it all out. And I think this is going to yield about 93 with like a 15K rank or something like that on FBA. So I paid like what, $4 for this? I think it was like $4. So there's that right there. I'm gonna send that one in probably end of this week. The real winner here is actually sitting on this wall over there. buy my kendama and my video game stuff. But let's go with something else real quick. I want to see if you guys are having fun, first of all. So if you're having fun, let me know. Let's see what here. If you have any questions, let me know. We can reserve questions for the end. I see that 20 people have hit the like button. Wow, that's like awesome. So thank you very much. If you notice when I do these Monday shows, I start looking around, like making sure, like, oh my God, like I don't want to miss anything, even though every single time I do. Let's talk about this find right here. So this was $5. Who wants to guess the brand of this guy? Who wants to guess the brand? Guess the brand, guess the brand, guess the brand. It's pretty easy. And you should know. I mean, if you're a flipper. Now, if you're not a flipper, it's okay. We all come here to learn. But if you're a flipper, you should know like this brand all day long. But let me make sure to put it down to where it needs to be. Get this thing condensed. Yeah, pretty cool. Mega well-built tripod. I'm talking probably the best you'll ever see in your entire life. So they're like normal tripods, and then there's this brand right here. Like this brand makes incredible tripods and heads. So yes, this right here is a Bojan Manfredo tripod. What I like about Bojan Manfredo tripods, at least what I kind of like to call the industrial ones, which they're heavy. All of the rotating fittings and everything like that are made of metal, which is better than plastic, which a lot of the current day ones are just plastic and you can snap them. It sucks. The legs are aluminum. I believe this is an aluminum product, but it feels like steel. And we have a three-way pan tilt head on this one, even though it's not a ball head, which is, if you find one with a ball head, it looks like it has like a pistol grip on the side. If you find those, you're dealing with some serious money there. But a three-way pan tilt is not bad at all. So we got 3 adjustments right here. We have this one, that's one. Here's 2-way right here, and then the third one is this one right here. 3-way pan tilt tripod with a quick release top. So you put your camera on this thing right here, right? And all you do is you slide the thing right there, you press down, and it locks into place. There's no like screwing down or anything like that. Like it has a quick release, so that's pretty cool. So when you deal with these Manfredo Bojan tripods, you're gonna have to find 2 numbers, okay? And it's very important because you can buy any kind of base you want for the most part. You can buy any kind of base you want and adapt it to any kind of head that you want. That's a Bojan Manfredo tripod. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Bojan, I just say Bojan. So, but you have to look hard on the tripod legs for the first number, and then you have to look somewhere on the head for the second number. Now, here on the head, we have Manfredo 3030. So that's real good. You know, some people take this tripod, and they put it with a 3031, you know, a 30 whatever. But a 3030 is the model of this 3-way pan tilt head. And the legs, if we look into it pretty hard here, we find right here, and it's engraved, and it's kind of faint, so you're gonna have to look hard, but it says Manfredo, distributed by Bojan right here, 3011. So I got my 2 numbers. I know it's a 3011 base with a 3030 head. And that's all you need to know. So as long as you do that, you can put an eBay listing up, you can put a Craigslist listing, and the person on the other side is gonna know exactly what you have. Of course, you do wanna test everything, like, you know, reverse all these out, extend the tripod out, bring it back in, tighten them, tighten here, make sure it telescopes up and down through the middle, right? And then try and do your 3-way pan tilt, all that kind of stuff. If you come across a ball head one, you want to put something of weight on the tripod, like a camera or something, and then adjust the ball head and see if it holds in each position, and each position being like infinity because it's a ball head. It can go wherever it wants to go. So definitely something to look out for. This is a $5 tripod this past weekend, and this should yield somewhere between 80 and about 110. So pretty neat. I thought it was pretty nice. Definitely, I mean, God, when I go to garage sales, like people ask like 40 for these things, and I pass on them at that point. But to find one for like $5 is like, oh, amazing. You know, like that's definitely shutter weather right there in my book. Now the best find, and we'll open it up to some Q&A. We'll talk about this in another video right here, because this is more or less like something that was given to me by another YouTuber. Hey, Mighty Mushroom just, hey, I just totally forgot. Like that's like almost like the 4th way that you can support my channel. So the first way is to like my video, right? Second way is to engage and comment, all that kind of stuff. Third way is to buy some cool stuff, right? Like support the channel, buy some cool merch. Like, I didn't just put cheddar weather as in 2 words, and there's a design to this, man. It's like the 80s, dude. This is like super cool. So you can buy one of these down below. It's awesome. I get a tiny cut of each shirt that sells, and I made the shirts like, you know, normal price of shirts, $19.99. So go check it out. They're made by Amazon Prime. You can have one by the weekend, get some good luck cheddar weather going your way. And then the fourth way is to do super chat, which is really cool. So thank you, Mighty Mushroom. That's pretty nice of you. I got $5 super chat right there. I really do appreciate that. That is freaking stellar right there. All right, so let's talk about the last find. I can talk about that later. There are about 6 finds in there that are pretty cool, but I didn't find it. Like, that was given to me by another person with a YouTube channel, Eagle Eyes Nation, who does reside in Austin. I'm friends with him. But yeah, you know, good things go around. After he gave me that, I spent an hour with him teaching him about keywords and graphics for videos and stuff like that. So things go around and around. If you're not constantly trying to help people out, like, you know, but good things happen. Like, he doesn't want to really want to mess with that much. I have a booth and I have the capacity to mess with that, so I will. But the real good find of the weekend is incredible. There's a $40 find. It's the last find before we go to Q&A, and it's sitting right over there. And it is freaking phenomenal. Now, if you're in the green room, you probably know maybe the picture that I'm talking about, but I'm telling you. Oh, you know what? Someone just said something about an RC car real quick. I actually did buy an RC car from the same place that I bought the decanters from. There was a remote control truck. It was all-wheel drive. It's made by a really cheap Chinese company, so it's not even worth reselling. But I bought it for $2. And the person's like, yeah, if you can get it to work, it's all yours, $2. So I bought it. There were no broken A-arms, and the remote control was there, the charger, the battery, everything was there. And it had the type where you could, with not bobby pins, but pin clips, you could take off the top and you can see the internals of the motor and all the stuff in the suspension, which means that it's a little bit more hobby grade of an RC car, right? And it's sitting in my garage right now because it's gonna be for my dogs. But had that been a strong brand, like, I would have sold it, it would probably be like a solid 80 to like 120 bucks. But yeah, $2 remote control truck that my dogs get to chew up and love and like chase around the cul-de-sac. Like, you cannot put money to sometimes animals' happiness, right? $2 will go such a long way, you know, for my dog's happiness and their well-being, and they get to run around and exercise. Like, that's really, really awesome. So, and by the way, he said, like, if you can get it to work, like, I took it home. I do have a lot of radio controlled knowledge, but I did take it home. I did a couple things, inverted a couple switches. It literally took me less than 5 minutes, and charged a battery. I had a battery charged already, threw it in there, and the thing worked perfectly fine. So, you know, it was just easy. So I felt like I almost took advantage of the guy, which was really sad. So there's something really big over here that's really cool. I bought it for 40 bucks. Oh man, this thing is so neat. But in order for me to show it to everyone, I gotta make sure that you hit the like video. Thank you so much. And in order for me to show it, everyone's gotta put a $5 super chat like Mighty Mushroom did. I'm waiting. I'm just kidding. Okay, so, but yeah, hit the like button, please. That'd be awesome. And this next find is like freaking awesome. Like I said, this haul today is just my side of the haul. Like, E-Money and my brother who lives right next door to me, like, has the rest of the stuff, and it's really good stuff too. Like, he walked with some really good stuff. But I'm getting to the point now where I want to get all this stuff out of the house by Tuesday at the latest. I need it to be in an FBA box, or I need it to be in my booth, or I need it to be like in a box on my wall for eBay and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want any of this stuff around anymore. So let me show you. I could bring this thing here. It is so big, or I could just tilt the I could just here. You guys want to see it real quick? Who's ready to see this thing? We got 34 likes, 48 viewers in the house. Hit the like button real quick. The second this thing goes over 40 likes, I'll show this thing to you, and it's really neat. And this will be the third one that I've hustled. Let me think. The first one that I hustled was $16 from Savers. I sold it for $179 on FBA. The second one that I hustled was, I think, like 11 from a Goodwill, and it sold for like 110 on eBay. So this is the third one that I've sold, and I don't think it goes any higher than this. Like, this is the best model of all of them. So anyways, I'm gonna take the camera and I'm gonna put it over there into the wall, and you can see what it is. So there, all right, there. Who knows what that is? Who knows what this is? That was at a garage sale. That was $40. 40 bucks. And I was like, does this thing work okay and everything? The ladies looked at me, she's like, we used it for one party and that was it. And I was like, she's like, so if it's supposed to work once, it works. But she's like, yeah, it works. And it's like, it's mint condition, man. Everything's clean to the T. It's perfect. I was like, holy crap, $40 for that thing right there. So anyways, that's a Margaritaville mixer. You're probably never going to find that one. Like that one's tough to find, but you might find the green ones or the red ones. And they carry some really, really good resale value. Like I said, the first one I bought from a Savers for 16. I sold it for like 179. The second one was 11. I sold it for like 110 on eBay. This one would be 40. And if I do put it on eBay, I could probably sell it for around, I don't know, in the 280 range, maybe 300 range, something like that. I think. So anyways, I thought that was pretty good. So like Mighty Mushroom says, that's 320 FBA. Yeah, it wasn't $5. It was 40 bucks, 40. But yeah, I whipped out 40. It was 50, and then I offered her 40. And my tactic to that was like, look, I was going to offer you 30, but I'll bring it up a little bit. Let's go to 40. I've never said, I have really, like 90% of the people when they're confronted with that sort of analogy or that sort of a proposition will never say like, no, I won't do that. Like, and the proposition is when you want something that's really cool and you already know it's a low price and you know that they're very close to like what they want, in order to get like, hey, would you take 40? You know, when someone says like, the best I'll do would be 50. What do you think? You know, if they said something like that, and you know you want it for 40 so bad, but if you go, how about 40? Like that's just so soon after they say 50 that it's just kind of like, what? You're just going down. That's all you're doing. But so what I do is I go, well, I was gonna offer 30, so like, but I'll tell you what, I'll step it up to 40. Like that just sounds so much more like I'm willing to work with you. So I do that a lot on garage sale days. So, but yeah, 40 bucks. So that was, I thought it was a really good one. My wife was like, damn, like you got that thing. What is it? What I think it is? I'm like, yeah, it is. She's like, we're not gonna keep it, are we? I was like, no, we're not keeping this thing. It's just a freaking blender. Like, I'm not that lazy. Like, I don't need. So this thing, by the way, and I'll kind of explain it to you real quick what it does. So you put the ice on the top, right? You put the ice on the top. You put a lot of ice up there. I mean, it could take a lot. And then down there on the buttons and stuff, right? It has like off. What does it say? Ritas, daiquiris, mojitos, smoothies. There's like a twist thing, right? So you put each one to where you want. Like you might want blender glass number 1 to be a margarita, the second one to be a mojito, the third one to be a daiquiri, for example. And then you put each concoction that you want in there, and then you just hit a button that says start. It's on the top. Just press start, and this thing will move the ice chute around to each one of those things and build the drink that you have said you wanted in each one automatically with the start of a button, with just a press of a button. Isn't that crazy? Like it's nuts. Like the actual ice chute moves around to each one, and it probably takes 5 minutes to do them all. But when you're done, you have 3 completely, unique drinks ready. I thought it was crazy. I was like, what? Anyway, so I actually watched the YouTube video about it, and I was like, dude, this thing is pretty legit. But I'm not lazy. Like I can clean a blender and make a mojito, and then I can clean a blender and make some margaritas. Like this is just for someone that just wants it all one and done. And if you watch the video, it is literally like first world problems. If you see it, you're gonna start laughing. It's just so first world problems because it's just a bunch of people sitting around this machine like laughing and kind of like, ha ha ha, life is good. It's so, the commercial is so funny. It looks like it was shot in like 480p, like it's terrible. But anyway, thought it was pretty cool. That's the last find. I don't think I'm in my garage right now. I might have another find in there, but not that I know of. But anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, I can see a lot of people did. I plan to do these every single Monday. Definitely want to show you guys what I find, and I'm going to be showing you guys what I find during the week because I probably will thrift once or twice this week. But yeah, this stuff is good. Remember, the goal of this is to get it all out of here. And when you deal with garage sale stuff, like try not to keep things around for very long. Like put things where they need to be, and think about different avenues that you might have. I did have one more thing, actually. Damn, now that I think about it, just remember, like there are a couple things here that you guys will never see because it's sitting in a camera exchange right now when we're getting paid for it. So that's pretty cool. after our jewelry show that we had on the Green Room Hangout, we had Tanya. So shout out to Thrifty Treasures. But we had her on, and I was like, damn, all right. So I came to a garage sale, and there was just jewelry that was out on the table. And I started looking around, and I bought this for $1. And this one just says 925 bars on the back, right? So I typed in 925 bars on eBay after buying it. Like, I was just like, $1, who cares? And this will probably sell for somewhere around $28 to maybe $33. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And one of the good things about talking to Tanya and why she loves jewelry so much is, A, she grew up with jewelry. She likes bling bling stuff. And but she put the reality check on us and was like, it's small. Like, jewelry is really small. So housing it is no big deal. It's not like, you have to have all stacks of inventory to the ceiling and you have to have robots on the floor that go pick it up and stuff. No, like, this stuff just, as long as you categorize it fine. I mean, God, these are all first class rates. But I'm thinking something like that, pretty interesting, right? Yeah. So I don't know, maybe I'm far-fetched, but this says 925 bars. So I looked up 925 bars on eBay and I found plenty that looked kind of like it. And this might even be one of the better ones. So thought it was pretty cool for $1. I was like, all right, cool. So you can go check out that show. It was on my channel last Wednesday. But yeah, I'm not going to say I'm going to 100% get into jewelry, but I think for my first true attempt, like where I was, how do I say it, cognizant of what was going on, like, I didn't think it was too bad. So there it is right there. It would look pretty good with this shirt, wouldn't it? All right, Q&A time. So that's pretty much it. I am going to tag all this stuff up, like, literally after this video, and get it where it needs to be. I'll do an FBA shipment probably the tail end of this week. Yeah, keep looking around because there's more stuff to always show you, but whatever. If you have any questions, I'll hang around for a little bit. So let me know. And if you are, if someone does have one of the shirts at home, let me know. If you ever ordered a shirt, I know Tanya's ordered one or two of them, but let me know if you've ordered a shirt. If you're down with cheddar weather, if you even know what it means. Oh my God. I'm telling you, this past weekend, it was totally cheddar weather. One of the suggestions I can give you guys is if you see that an HOA of some sort is having neighborhood-wide garage sales, and one of the ways you kind of know that is you get on the Art Sales Treasure Map, the app, and you look, and if you click on one of the balloons and it says like, a whole neighborhood's having a sale, first of all, you should be thinking, all right, how do I find out what HOA governs this neighborhood? Homeowners Association, HOA. And then every HOA has a website for the most part. And usually on the website, there's like a blog manager, community manager. There's like these people that like manage the things. And to have, when these HOAs are real strong and the community is real strong, they have like fall fairs and they have like, summer swim parties, and then they have neighborhood-wide garage sales where it's like, if you want your house featured on the list, like, you got to post it here. And so if you can find out what HOA is running the neighborhood, you can find the PDF usually on the HOA website, and the PDF will show you by house where these garage sales are. And that's a huge advantage when it comes to neighborhood-wide garage sale season. And that's what we had last Friday. We had a sheet that was from the HOA website that showed us where every single garage sale was. So it's kind of like a pro tip, but any amount of edge that you can get where you can be you could be at a sale moments before another competitor is sometimes the only edge it's like the best edge to have. It could be the only edge that separates from you from making $200 a weekend versus making $600 or $800 or $1,000, So just think about it like that. You might be like, I don't want to do that much prep. That's fine. But if that prep separates, if that single amount of prep is worth $200 to $600 to $1,000 to you, maybe you should do that prep, right? Think about it. Okay, so Timothy Thomas says, antique booth, ? So yeah, I do have an antique booth, which is an antique mall, which is run by a cashier at the end of the mall. Not the end, in the middle of the mall. So the mall is more linear, like boxcar style, and in the middle of the boxcar would be the checkout place. So you walk into the middle, you decide to go left or right, and there's just like booths everywhere. And you can fish whatever you want out of these booths and look at things, touch things, put them back on the shelf. But every item has a price tag, and it tells the person at the front desk what booth it came from, how much it is, and all that kind of stuff. And that's as simple as it is. So I have a booth in an antique mall. I pay rent to have my stuff there because it's a square footage thing. And I give 10% commission back to the antique mall because Now I don't have to run my booth. Like, they do all the cash tendering out, credit card transactions, and that's 10% of the sale price goes to them. So it's pretty cool. So I pay rent and 10% of every one of my sales prices to them. This is no different than like selling on eBay, and you get hit with a store fee plus final value fees, you know, things like that. Any way you do business, you're going to get tagged with some sort of a fee to run it on whatever platform you're running on. So the necklace could go to my booth. I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, so I might put it in my booth. I don't know. It's a little bit more current day than what I want to put there. But then again, I mean, you can't, I think what would be a better kind of booth jewelry kind of stuff would be stuff like this, which is more costume style, right? So, and I did remember the other day that my booth does buy, like they assess and buy stuff. So like, you know, if it comes in little bags like this and you get it on the cheap, I could bring it to my antique booth and they can give me money for it or whatever they want out of here. Because I think the antique mall, the people that own it have a booth somewhere in the mall, and they put some of the stuff that it's just like a pawn shop. You go in there, you're like, yeah, I just want to trade this thing in real quick, you know? So they do that kind of stuff. But that's what I have. Any green room membership discounts? As of right now, no. But we have some floating around every now and then. So if you're part of our email list, which the first link down below will get you on the 100 amazing items to resell guide. It'll get you in a PDF like right to your phone, like immediately. More importantly, it puts you on the green room list. And I know on the list there are some sales. But if you're not on the list, you would never find out. You would never know. So anyways, there's this right here. Check it out. It's the first link down below. Chucky Wucky T says cheddar weather equals Doppio. That's right, man. Doppios are amazing during cheddar weather time. So I picked up a Sturmy Archer SRF3 all because of you attached to a Sunrim CR18. I think a Sturmy Archer SRF3, is that an internal? I know it's an internal gear. I'm just trying to figure if it's a 3 or an 8 speed. And trying to see if I should separate the pieces from each other or just sell them together. I would just sell it with the rim and everything. I wouldn't even try to detach it with spokes or anything. Just sell it as is. All right, I just joined and posted my intro last night. Hey, we got Rocky in the house. I've linked. Okay, this is Team Heat Check, who joined the green room yesterday. I just joined, posted my intro last night. I'm Rocky. I saw the post. And I've linked up with a couple people already. It's already worth the initiation fee. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a good family in the green room right now. I mean, well, there always has been, but it's really, really strong. So Tom Sawyer, Bonafide, have you ever seen a show called Down East Dickering? Yes, I have seen it. I thought it was a really good show, but I don't have cable anymore. But it says, if not, I'd highly recommend it for everyone in here. Yeah, I like Down East Dickering. It's pretty interesting. It's definitely a little bit more reality than like Storage Wars or like American Pickers or something like that. It's a little bit more of like something that we can all do. But I thought that was interesting. Now, here's something kind of like, and I don't try to get ahead of myself because you just remind me about a show. But I bet you guys didn't know this, and there's no way you could have known this. And I know I can talk about this without legally getting any kind of recourse or anything, but I signed a contract, what was it, 4 weeks ago with a agency, I want to say, or something like that. What was this thing? Yeah, I mean, the signed contract sitting on the wall over there with a producer, I think. I think it's a producer, or it might be an agency. I don't think it's a producer. Okay. Because I'm looking at the verbiage right now. Yeah, I think it's a producer. So I signed a contract with a producer that's going to pitch a show to a network or something like that 4 months ago. Oh, no, 1 month ago. And while I was on vacation like a week ago, I got another email, which was crazy. It was like, and the contract that I signed basically said I couldn't talk to any other producers for 3 months. So I signed that contract, and there's a concept, and I had to do some interviews to get to this point and everything like that, which wasn't easy, but I did interviews, and apparently there's some talk of a show where I might potentially be a host of some sort of garage sale, thrift wars type of thing. That's as much as I know. But anyways, I signed that contract like 4 weeks ago. So I can't talk to any other producers. That was the reason why they had me sign it. They were like, yeah, we're moving ahead. This thing's actually moving ahead a little bit faster than we thought. And now it's going in front of the network. And I got a message like a week ago where they were, I guess I could read it to you. You guys want to hear it real quick? I'll read it to you. I don't care if I can find it. Let me think here. I'm trying to think of the words that were in this this email. You guys want to see it real quick? Oh, here it is. I think this is it. All right. So I'll just read you what the email said. This is for like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. What day is it? Okay. So I'm kind of proud of this. I try not to get ahead of myself, but this is kind of interesting because this is the one that has really, really gone the furthest out of all the ones that I've ever tried to get. And a lot of the ones I didn't try a lot hard back in the day because they were all like flea market things and things I really didn't care about that much. But like this one's garage sale related, and they'd seen my channel and all this kind of stuff, and so they were really intrigued by the whole thing. And so anyways, this is the latest update. It says, hey, Chris, we had a conversation with the network yesterday and have some good news to report. They think you are great. And this is by no means a guarantee of anything, but it was an important hurdle to clear, and a majority of show ideas will never make it this far. They've asked us to continue to develop the concept. We're continuing to look at the best way to move this show forward for them. In the meantime, oh no, that was the one before it. Never mind, that was one with the contract. So there's one after this that tells, if I could find it, God, it's like even better than that one. So this is one where like it's almost done. Anyways, it's sitting in my phone somewhere. Yeah, let me make sure here. Sorry, it's somewhere around here. Okay, so that's what's going on. If you guys have any insight to that, I mean, a lot of the YouTubers are probably getting popped with some of these like network stuff, but like this one was a little bit different than most. Like I thought this one was like really working hard to like push this show forward. So anyways, that's what's going on right now. And yeah, there's one where like it has gone to the final stage essentially at this point. So the concept is in its final stage of like getting approved, which who knows? Like I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but I think it would be fantastic if I could play any role in some sort of a garage sale thrift war show up. It'd be so sweet. I think it might, I don't know, they couldn't tell me what town it would be filmed in or anything like that. I have no idea, but I know that the production company would be based out of Charlotte. I know that much. So Charlotte's got some good stuff. I know Charlotte thrifting is good. North Carolina, I wouldn't mind going there for a while. Don't know how long or what the film schedule would be. No idea. So yeah, people are saying be wary of producers because you're already a good producer. I know, but it would be really cool to like, you know, it's almost like a test of like, or a testament to like, you know, I tried hard, the channel did well, formed a green room, met a lot of people across the USA. And if this was just one thing that came down the line for it, I would just be like, you know what, it'd be really stupid of me like not to see where the end of that one goes. Even if it's like for a season or if it does a pilot and never makes it, like it's still trying and it's still fun and it's right up my alley. And I don't like to live with regret. So it would just be one of those things like there's no way I would turn any of it down. Like if it made it to that far, you know, most shows would never get a second season. I am completely aware of that. It would just be cool to do it. Like, and I would assume that everyone would take that this is exactly what I like doing. Like, why not? So anyways, Timothy Thomas says, what's the number of the Travel Channel show that I was in? I was actually on a Trip Flip Travel Channel show back in 2013. It was the one that's dealing with Puerto Rico. So if you can find the Puerto Rico Trip Flip, that was my Travel Channel show that I was on. Yeah. So anyways, that was pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. If you got any questions or anything like that, yeah, and Tom Sawyer says, keep an open mind, but also be willing to walk away, of course. Yeah, it would have to make a lot of sense for me to be displaced from my family and everything. Like everything, it would have to make so much sense for me to even say, yeah, I'm ready for that final stage. But, you know, then again, I am an entrepreneur. Like I have a relatively, you know, like I don't report to anybody. So my schedule is a little bit different than most. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I guess that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions, Adrian Molina, how would that impact your private label venture? That's pretty interesting. Usually when you're in front of the camera, there's a lot of any sort of blatant branding that's on your clothing, like Cheddar Weather. They might be, a lot of times when they tell you to get on camera, they tell you to wear plain clothes or something without logos. So even if I was to have like this hat on, like they would not masking tape, but they electrical tape or blue tape the front of my logo, or just tell me to wear a black hat with nothing on it. Like I would never be able to be on camera usually with this shirt right here. So yeah, with my private label venture, it wouldn't affect it whatsoever. If there was any way I could wear it in front of the camera, I would be like, hell yeah, but there's no way it's gonna pass. I don't think so. I know when I was on the Travel Channel, like I had to wear plain clothes and like any sort of logo. Like I remember like the rash guard that we were wearing when we were doing the surfing scenes in one of the things in Puerto Rico, like I had to wear it inside out, so the Billabong logo was like not facing the camera. It was weird. So there was that, but it's a lot of fun. I don't think it would impact too many things. Of course, it would impact my reselling a little bit, but that's not a big deal. I think, like I said, I wouldn't turn it down. Like if it came around and it was really coming to fruition, like it would be hard for me to turn it down because it just seems like something that would be really interesting. Is there a way to block people from bidding on your auctions when they have zero feedback? That I don't know, because I don't do auctions. So I don't know the answer to that question. Hopefully the producers won't plant the garage sales like they do in storage units. You know, that's the thing about TV is you're only allotted, what, 22 minutes with like, what, 8 minutes of commercials and a 30-minute episode. Like, you know, you're only allowed 22 minutes, and that's what you get, like, to convey the point across and everything like that. So to show the real deal of what's going on, I mean, you have to show the triumphs, a lot more of the triumphs, because that's what makes people return to watch the next show. Like if the show was just like, oh, I didn't find anything in this garage sale, I didn't find anything in this one, I didn't find anything in this one, for 22 minutes you'd be like, this is a dumb show. Like you have to show a lot more triumphs and scale back the I didn't find anything in this one. So I know how it works. I know how they, even me as a producer for stuff in my channel, I do that. Like, you know, you have to sensationalize things and bring people back. And so as much as it's real life, it will never be like real life. Like real life is more of a grind, right? But these shows are there and they help you, and they help you learn things. So, you know, it's entertainment too. So it removes you from your life for a second, for 30 minutes or whatever, so you can enjoy something else. Like it's important. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So I guess that's pretty much it. All right, and Bargain Barons, I know you contacted me behind the scenes, so we'll try to get you on my channel. Thriller Gorilla Picker says, hey Chris, I need to start up a YouTube channel, but I need a camera set up. Any suggestions? So if you're doing a camera, all right, so this is a two-part answer. So I'm gonna answer with this one. If you're gonna start a YouTube channel and you want a good camera to invest in, that's good for, let's say, eBay pictures and everything, plus vlogging, okay? And these things you're gonna upload to a computer, you're gonna edit them and put them on YouTube. I would say no other camera but these two. And the first camera would be the G7X, either the Mark I or the Mark II. The Canon G7X is like an industry standard vlogging camera now. It is just the best. It's also $500 to $600. Now, if you want something that's a little bit more half the price, then you can go with a Canon ELPH WEN 10 HS, which does not have a flip screen, but it's very compact and it's extremely discreet. And it's a great vlogging camera as well. It just doesn't have the sensor like a G7X Canon would have, but still it's really, really, really good. It's super small. So a Canon 110 HS or a Canon G7X are the two cameras that I would suggest if you're building a YouTube channel with vlogging and treasure hunting, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would do those two cameras only. If you are going to do more live stuff on YouTube and you need a webcam and stuff like that, that's a different story. And I would only suggest one at that point, which is the one I'm using, which I think is, let me see if the model is on this thing. They never put the models on these things, ever. I think this is, anyway, you have to, it's a 9-something, 915, 917. It's a Logitech. Here, I'll figure it out for you right now. Sorry. I think it's a 920. Yeah, it's a C920. So it's a Logitech C920. Like that's the best one, and it's rank 1 in electronics right now. You probably won't find one any less than like $55. But yeah, a 920, C920. It's a 1080p full-blown stereo. This is what I'm running right now with average light coming through my window and a light like right here. You can't see it, but it's a really good one. So check it out. But if you want the audio to be good, then some people do the Blue Yeti mic, which is a standalone mic right here for live shows. I just have a headset, which is just happens to be on my table. So I was doing the headset today, and that's why it probably sounds pretty good. So anyways, there you guys go. That's pretty much that. GoPros are okay too. That's not too bad of a camera. All right. Here we go. Big Drift Thrift. Last question. Is there any way to test a remote control with no remote? No. There isn't. A radio control car needs to have a remote to be tested. You can turn them on and it might twitch the servos for a second, but that doesn't mean anything. yeah, you need a radio, you need the remote. So you can put untested on eBay. If you find something with no remote, you can put untested, you know, and take pictures of every part of the car plus the battery compartments so they can see if there's any kind of corrosion or anything. But it's not the end of the world if you don't have the, you know, the remote control for it. It totally is not the end of the world. You just put untested and here's the car, here's the model, whatever. Really good pictures, 12 of them. I really wish eBay would go towards 24 pictures, kind of like Craigslist, because God, 12 sometimes is hard to put 12 hard-hitting pictures. I mean, so I really wish they would go to 24, but they would have to, their servers would have to be massively able to handle extra pictures. So anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not technically a Canon man. So Timothy Thomas is a Nikon D3400. You know, I have a Nikon right here. I have a D20. I don't know what I have, 3200, maybe something like that. I have an SLR. I have big things, you know, sitting over there. I have like a freaking broadcast camera up here. You can barely see it, but it's sitting right there. It's a prosumer broadcast camera. They're just big. Like, that's the thing. Like when you're doing a ride along in halls and stuff, you kind of want small. You want to be able to throw it in your pocket and, you know, capture things. Like the days of YouTubers running around with these big things with Rode mics coming out. I mean, I think you're just like, even one of some of the biggest YouTubers out there, Atwood and, you know, all these other people, Roman Atwood, like they all have these smaller type cameras, whether it be the Sony RX4, like, or whatever, you know, they have these much smaller cameras like this big. That's what you need. So I guess that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video. Thanks for watching this. You know how to subscribe and support the channel any way you can. Please do. And I will talk to you on the next one. If you've had some, you know, revelations about some of the flips that you saw today, please like put it down below. That'd be really sweet. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully on another video. Bye-bye.